Hey everyone, Luke Dog here, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. We're still in Lothering at the moment. Actually, we've just walked into, I believe, the town chantry, so just be respectful, be reverent.
I hear those bandits are back again. Why don't the Templars kill them?
I drove them off. That helps.
I brought my family to Lothering because I thought it would be safe.
There's word of darkspawn stragglers, but no sign of the main horde. We are the only hope of protection this village has now, and I will not abandon them. That is all. May the Maker have mercy on us.
Are you here to see the Reverend Mother too?
Where is she?
In her office arranging for everyone to leave, I suppose. I don't think she's with anyone right now. I came to ask for a blessing. With my family abandoning the farm to flee north, we'll need all the grace the Maker can offer. Well, good luck to you. I need to get underway. If I'm lucky, I'll make it back to the farmhold by nightfall.
Good luck, I guess. Hello, Sir Bryant.
Yes? Who might you be?
You can call me Aedan.
I am Sir Bryant, commander of Lothering's remaining Templars. You don't seem like the other refugees. Are you one of Aedan's knights?
Do many of his knights come here?
Some have in recent days. Aedan has fallen ill, and his knights are on a quest for the sacred urn filled with Andraste's ashes, said to cure any malady. He must be very ill if they chase miracles as the only cure. One of the Arl's knights, Sir Donnell, is here searching for fantasies while... Never mind. Ask him if you care about this foolishness.
Things seem very dire in the village.
They are. With the ban having taken his men north, the village is left to its fate. We will evacuate as many as we can before the horde reaches us. I will stay as long as I am needed. Now, unless there's something else you need.
I'm hoping you can help me. I'm a Grey Warden.
I see. That is certainly worthy of notice. Aedan Lothering declared all Grey Wardens traitors responsible for the king's death. You know this, I hope.
The Grey Wardens did no such thing.
I don't believe the Grey Wardens would be as careless or malicious as the Aedan claims. But either way, there it is. It is best you not linger, though. Just in case.
About those bandits outside the village.
Maker's breath, how many times must we drive them off?
One less. I drove them off myself.
Indeed? They're gone?
It's true. I saw the bastard running for the hills myself.
That's an impressive feat indeed. Will you accept a small reward for your efforts?
I could keep an eye out for trouble for the right pay. Sure.
I wish I could afford such help, to be truthful. Take your reward, at any rate. It is all I have to offer. If it interests you, there is a Chanters board outside full of quests that need doing. The Chanters even offer pay for some of them. Now, unless there's something else you need.
I need some information.
If the matter is important, certainly.
Have you heard any recent news?
Other than the Darkspawn horde bearing down on us? None of it is good. Aedan Lothering is set to declare himself king, I hear. Disaster piled on disaster.
What do you mean?
Aedan Lothering has no legitimate claim on the throne. He may be a hero, and his daughter may be queen, but he is a commoner, and the king's corpse is barely cold. If Aedan was able to intervene, perhaps it would not have gone this far. I do not care who takes the throne. Only fools fight over who owns a cottage while it burns down around them.
Are you in charge here?
The revered mother leads this flock. I merely command her Templars. Normally, our role is to protect the Chantry, and seek out unsanctioned magic. For now, it is all we can do to protect the innocent.
How do Templars fight against magic?
We have more than swords at our disposal. We're taught to dispel unholy magics as well. If only our powers work to keep away the Darkspawn. Alas, it is not so.
Are you the only protection this village has?
Our ban was summoned by Tearn Loghain, and he took his soldiers north with him. Lothering has been abandoned.
Where would I find the revered mother?
In her study, no doubt, preparing what she will take when we eventually evacuate.
Tell me something else.
If the matter is important, certainly.
Have you heard any other news?
Only if you are interested in the business of mages.
I am. Tell me.
I have heard word that the Templars who watch over the Circle of Magi's tower have called for the rite of annulment. Hopefully I've heard wrong.
Do you know why?
To have such a call when mages are needed to fight the Darkspawn, something terrible must have happened. I have nothing else to tell you. The only news I care about is the approaching horde.
I should go.
Travel safely, and may the Maker watch over you.
Arl Eamon Gwyryn. As the maternal uncle of King Caelan, Arl Eamon is one of the king's most trusted advisors. Redcliffe, while not a large or especially wealthy part of Ferelden, is a critical strategic location. The fortress guards the western pass that leads to Orlais, as well as the major trade route with Orzammar. A well-respected man, though not the most charismatic, King Caelan once said of him, "My uncle Eamon is a man everyone thinks well of, when they remember to think of him at all." He fell ill with a mysterious condition that even magic could not treat.
You, miss, what is your name? You seem quite odd to me.
You would not be the first to think so. But avert your eyes. I will not have you staring over long.
Best get used to it. I'll be watching you. We want no trouble here. Please do not cause a disturbance. Matters are delicate enough with all the newcomers.
Morgan, have you been here many times? The First Blight. Thedas is a land of fierce diversity, from the assassin princes of Antiva to the fated griffins of the Anderfels. But in my travels, I have found one tale that unites the people of this land. It is a story of pride and damnation, and although the telling differs, the essence of the tale remains the same. At the height of its power, the Tevinter Imperium stretched over much of Thedas, uniting the known world under the rule of the tyrannical Magisters. It is said that the old gods whom the Magisters worshipped gave them the knowledge of blood magic, and the Magisters used this forbidden power to cement their rule. The blood of elven slaves and humans alike ran down imperial altars to fuel Magister greed. The tales of their excess is so horrifying that one can only be grateful that blood magic is prohibited today. But all that stands tall must eventually fall. Perhaps they foresaw their ruin, or perhaps their pride knew no bounds. But whatever the reason, the Magisters dared to open a magical portal into the Golden City at the heart of the Fade. They sought to usurp the Maker's throne, long left unattended in the Golden City after the Maker turned his back to his creations. They would storm heaven itself with their power and become as gods. This is what the Chantry, in its oft-exercised tendency to understate, refers as the second sin. According to most versions of the tale, the Magisters did indeed reach the Golden City and walked into the home of the Maker, where no living being before them had dared or been able to tread. But humanity is not meant to walk in heaven. The Magisters were wicked with pride and other sins, and their presence tainted the Golden City. What once was a perfect, holy citadel became a twisted home of darkness and nightmares. The Magisters were expelled back through their gateway and cursed for their treachery. As the Golden City had been tainted, so were the Magisters twisted and transformed into things of darkness, the very first of the Darkspawn. The Golden City, once a shining beacon at the heart of the Fade, became the Black City, a reminder of all that man's pride had cost. From Tales of the Destruction of Thedas by Brother Genetivi. One of your party members have begun to genuinely like you and respect your leadership. As you improve your relationships with party members, head back to camp to speak with them. They'll be much more willing to open up when they don't have to worry about death around every corner, and you'll need to talk to them more if you want to continue to improve your relationship. You can track party members' approval ratings using the orange bar at the bottom of their character record. Several organizations in Ferelden maintain job boards like this one. Once you've completed a task, speak to the organization's representative to receive your reward.
Who? I beg your pardon. I did not see you approach.
Sir Donald? Is that you?
Alistair? By the Maker, how are you? I was certain you were dead.
Not yet. No thanks to turn Logain.
If Arl Eamon were well, he'd set Logain straight soon enough.
So you're here looking for the Urn of Sacred Ashes, then?
I am indeed. Andraste's ashes are said to cure any illness. But I fear we are chasing a fable. With each day, my hope dims.
So your quest for the ashes brought you here?
I expected to take advantage of the Chantry's library, in fact. But my skills are better suited to battle than chasing down tales.
Tell me about this Urn of Sacred Ashes.
Supposedly, the urn contains the ashes of the prophetess Andraste. Surely you know all this.
I'd like to hear what you've learned.
If you're truly interested, there are books here containing a great deal of lore. Nothing I have found leads me to believe that this was anything more than a quest of desperation. I intend to return to Redcliffe soon and tell the Arlessa exactly that, once Sir Henrik arrives.
Your friend Sir Henrik is dead. I have something of his.
What? And you have his locket? And a note? Maker's mercy. Thank you for giving me these. I would never have known otherwise.
I'm sorry about your friend.
Thank you. I wonder how many of us have met similar fates on this mad quest.
Shouldn't you be fleeing the Darkspawn?
My mission takes priority. But I fear I shall be returning to Redcliffe with nothing to show for my efforts.
I was hoping to meet Arl Eamon, in fact.
Why is that, if I may ask?
We need his help against Tarn Logain.
I see. The Arl is a popular man, it's true. Tarn Logain, however, is a hero throughout Ferelden. Whatever the Tarn has done or not done, the Arl remains ill, or worse. That is my primary concern.
Do you think Logain is involved with the Arl's illness?
The Arl fell ill before the king died. But what if Logain planned that too? Oh, such thoughts do not sit well with me.
We should see what's happening in Redcliffe ourselves. I believe that now more than ever.
If nothing else, I am certain you would be welcomed at Castle Redcliffe. The Arlessa is there, and she could tell you more than I could.
I should go.
With Henrik gone, I need to return to Redcliffe. Perhaps later I will seek out the scholar his note mentions. But I must go. Thank you again, good sir. You have been most helpful.
Only one person witnessed Maferath's betrayal, Havard the Aegis. A childhood friend of Maferath, he accompanied his chief to the meeting with the Tevinters, not realizing what was planned. When he understood that Maferath was giving Andraste over to be executed, Havard, unwilling to draw swords against his friend and liege, placed himself between Andraste and the Tevinter soldiers. The Tevinter struck him down, and Maferath left him for dead. Gravely wounded, Havard made his way to the gates of Minrathous to stop the execution. When he reached it, the terrible deed was already done, the armies on the plains long since dispersed. Havard, cursing his weakness, gathered the earthly remains of Andraste that had been left to the wind and rain, and wept. When his fingers touched the pile of ash, his ears filled with song, and he saw before him a vision of Andraste, dressed in cloth made of starlight. She knelt at his side, saying, "The Maker shall never forget you so long as I remember." The song faded, and the vision with it, and Havard was alone. But his wounds were healed. With new strength, Havard took up the ashes of Our Lady and bore them back to the lands of the Almari. From Thetis, Myths and Legends by Brother Jenna TV.
Scattered in the darkness, word despair, fear and ignorance. Let those who cry out from the shadows be comforted. Let those who seek redemption...
It's terrible. So many come to Lothering, seeking refuge, only to find that we can offer little more than prayer. Does the Maker see our plight? Is he moved by this destruction? I apologize. The Maker's plan is too grand for me to fathom, especially at times like this.
What are the priests chanting exactly?
The Chant of Light. Surely you know it.
I've never heard it sung quite like this.
Perhaps you haven't heard these verses before. The entire chant takes weeks to sing, and is only done straight through at the Grand Cathedral in Val Royeaux. Here we can only sing a few verses per week, and finish anew each first day.
Tell me about the Chant of Light.
When the prophet Andraste was burned by the Magisters, the Maker turned away from his creations. We gain his forgiveness by spreading Andraste's teachings. The Maker will return when the chant is sung from the four corners of the world.
Aren't you worried about the coming Darkspawn?
We are preparing as we can, and when the revered Mother calls on us to leave, we shall. But not before then.
I should go.
May the Maker watch over you.
And when the chant spreads across all four corners of the world, let it rise at last to the ears of the Maker. Let him hear our unwavering faith. Let him hear our righteous dedication and enduring perseverance.
And then shall the Maker return to us. And then shall the Maker return to the Black City in heaven. And then shall the chant of light make it pure. Let all mankind be humbled. Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
And when the Maker spoke, a chant of light scattered in the darkness. The word dispelled fear and ignorance. Let those who cry out from the shadows be comforted. Let those who seek redemption be delivered. Let those who have sinned be forgiven.
And when the chant spreads across all four corners of the world, let it rise at last to the ears of the
Okay.
I'm sorry, I cannot talk now. I must feed the holy brazier to ensure the flame never dies.
I'll leave you alone then.
I wish you well.
Let him hear our righteous dedication and enduring perseverance.
Adventures of the Black Fox. Born Lord Remy Vascal in 863 Blessed, the Black Fox was a dashing thief and rogue who went on to inspire so many tales of his exploits that it is nearly impossible to determine today which are true and which are merely fabricated legend. Despite coming from nobility, he has become something of a hero of the common people. Like Robin Hood? His initial exploits involved ridiculing the tyrannical and powerful lord of Valshevin. Wearing a mask, he would appear in public and disrupt the lord's plans to the point that the lord angrily put a huge bounty on the life of this cunning fox, the origin of the nickname which stuck. Maybe it's like Zorro. That the primary bounty hunter who took the job, Carolus, ended up becoming Remy's lifelong partner in crime, only after nearly killing him several times, is one of the most popular tales told in taverns today. The story is often exaggerated to make Remy appear initially buffoonish until Carolus became so furious at the Black Fox's inexplicable ability to survive that the cunning Remy gains the upper hand, which impresses Carolus so much that the bounty hunter joins him. After years of terrorizing the Lord's men and foiling his tax collectors, a favorite pastime of Remy's according to the Orlesian commoners. Okay, this is probably more like Robin Hood. Remy was supposedly betrayed by his lover, Servana de Montfort, in some versions of the tale a Major the Circle, no less, and captured. After more than a year of torture, Remy was rescued from prison by his compatriots, including a repentant Servana, and together they escaped Orlais. In this period of Remy's adventures, he appears almost everywhere in Thetis. As his legend grew, more innkeepers and merchants were happy to claim that the Black Fox had visited their village or established and performed some legendary feat. If the tales are to be believed, Remy led the Lord's men on a merry chase. He became embroiled in political intrigue in Navarra, was hunted by the crows of Antiva, and then kidnapped by a powerful mage in Tevinter. In each situation, Remy escaped death at the last moment, foiled the evildoer, and improved life for the poor and downtrodden. Then, inevitably, he rejoined his band of adventurers and moved on to the next land. His companions Carolus and Servana, the wise dwarf Bollock, and the tempestuous knight Sir Clementis have each spawned their own individual legends over the years. The stories all agree that, at some point, the Black Fox disappeared. He and his fellow adventurers voyaged into the heart of the Arlathan forest, seeking the sunken city of the elves, and never returned. Many more are the tales that expand on what ultimately happened to them in this forest, and postulate on how they could someday be rescued. From the Adventures of the Black Fox by Gaston Gurel, 911 Dragon.
Maker return to us, and then shall the Maker return to the Black City in heaven.
Fearing that Mafarath's supporters would defile them, Havard took the ashes of Andraste to a secluded place high in the mountains, and there he carved from the living rock an urn to hold them. Time passed, and the whereabouts of the urn faded from memory. Perhaps it was the Maker's will that only the most worthy should find his beloved's final resting place. Now, we have only the legends, such as that of the Chevalier Lothering, who quested to find the urn to save his dying daughter, and either found it in time to cure her, or returned 100 years after her death. The ballads end less than certain at that point. From Thetis, Myths and Legends by Brother Genitivi.
And then shall the chant of life make it pure. Let all mankind...
Small bronze plate with the symbol of a flame stamped on it.
I am done.
Let all repeat the chant of life. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
Impossible.
Darn, I did a key.
Please do not cause a disturbance. Matters are delicate enough with all the newcomers.
The Imperial Chantry. There are those who would tell you that the Chantry is the same everywhere as it is here, that the divine in Val Royeaux reigns supreme in the eyes of the Maker, and that this fact is unquestioned throughout Thetis. Do not believe it. The Maker's second commandment, magic must serve man, not rule over him, never held the same meaning within the ancient Tevinter Imperium as it did elsewhere. The Chantry there interpreted the rule as meaning that mages should never control the minds of other men, and that otherwise their magic should benefit the rulers of men as much as possible. When the clerics of Tevinter altered the chant of light to reflect this interpretation of the commandment, the divine in Val Royeaux ordered the clerics to revert to the original chant. They refused, claiming corruption within Val Royeaux, an argument that grew until, in 487 Towers, the Chantry in Tevinter elected its own legitimate and uncorrupted divine Valhale, who was not only male, but also happened to be one of the most prominent members of the Tevinter Circle of Magi. This black divine was reviled outside Tevinter, his existence an offense to the Chantry in Val Royeaux. After 4 exalted marches to dislodge these rebels, all that the Chantry in Val Royeaux accomplished was to cement the separation. While most aspects of the Imperial Chantry's teachings are the same, prohibitions against magic have been weakened, and male priests have become more prevalent. The Circle of the Magi today rules Tevinter directly, ever since the Archon Nomoran was elected in 734 Storm, directly from the ranks of the enchanters, to great applause from the public. He dispensed with the old rules forbidding mages from taking part in politics, and within a century, the true rulers within the various imperial houses, the mages, took their places openly within the government. The imperial divine is now always drawn from the ranks of the first enchanters and operates as divine and grand enchanter both. This is utter heresy to any member of the Chantry outside of Tevinter, a return to the days of the Magisters, which brought the blights down upon us. But it exists, and even though we have left the Tevinter Imperium to the mercies of the dread Kunari, still they have endured. Further confrontation between the Black Divine and our so-called White Divine is inevitable. From Edicts of the Black Divine by Father David of Carinus, 811 Blessed.
Will you be making a donation to the Chantry, my friend? You look like you have salvaged more of value than most who make it here.
What tithe is acceptable?
Might I suggest 30 silver?
I'm sorry, but I only have 10 silver.
1 out of 1 is a more generous gift than 10 out of thousands. What can I do for you then?
So, what did you just say? I'm a Grey Warden. I need your help.
A Grey Warden? Here? Oh dear. You put me in a difficult position. You must know that Tairn Loghain declared the Grey Wardens to be outlaws.
So I've heard, but it is Loghain who betrayed the king.
Tairn Loghain? That is as hard for me to believe as his condemnation of the Wardens. There is a price on your head. Lay low, and I promise to keep your presence a secret. That is the best I can do. Now, if there is nothing else...
Can you provide any help to the Grey Wardens at all?
I cannot help you without risking the safety of this village and Chantry. The best I can do is keep your presence a secret. I am sorry. Now, if there is nothing else...
Can I get a blessing at least?
For a Grey Warden? Yes. You have a difficult road to walk, don't you? In Andraste's name, I call upon the Maker to watch over his child and creation. Watch over his path, O Maker. Give him light in darkness. So let it be. Now, if there is nothing else...
Perhaps I should go then.
May the Maker guard you, Grey Warden.
Thank you, revered mother.
Let him hear our righteous dedication.
So is she basically calling me out on a lie? How much money do I have? I got 61 silver. Yeah, I think she was calling me out. Sorry, I didn't know how much I actually had. Because I need the silver. Okay, we visited the Chantry. Let's go see the rest of the town.
Do you really know what's going on here? The Blight, the Civil War? I really wonder how much of it you understand. We're all special, big parts to play. Even you, especially you in some ways. You are the Mabari. You guard one of the most important people... What? You want to play? But I'm talking. Why doesn't anyone want to hear me talk?
I'll listen to you. You don't want to talk to me, though. Okay.
Master Feleron runs us miners hard. Harder still.
What can I get rid of? Excuse me.
Did you see? Best be careful. Darkspawn are coming. I've got a cousin in the Templars. He says the mages in the tower out on Lake Callanhard are all turning into demons.
They always say that, though.
Well, this time it's true. They're not sure what to do about it yet, he says.
What's to do? I thought you killed them.
Easier said than done. Mages pick a fine time to go turning into demons, I tell you.
Let's check out Dane's refuge. Hey, I've killed 103 Darkspawn. And 1 boss.
Well, look what we have here, then. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Loghain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about a fellow by this very description? And everyone said they hadn't seen him.
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
What makes you think we're traitors?
Tern Loghain claims the Grey Wardens betrayed the king. Or haven't you heard?
Enough talk! Take the warden into custody. Kill this sister and anyone else that gets in your way.
Right. Let's make this quick.
Okay, you really escalated stuff quickly. Alright then.
Shall we go back?
I was willing to deal with you myself, but you threatened to hurt this sister here. Oh no, I'm stunned.
Won the day.
All right, you've won. We surrender.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
The Grey Wardens didn't betray King Cailan. Loghain did.
I was there. The Tern pulled us out of a trap.
The Terran left the king to die.
The wardens led the king to his death. The Tern could do nothing.
Fine, take a message to him.
What do you want to tell him?
The Grey Wardens know what really happened.
I'll tell him. Right away, now. Thank you.
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
I appreciate what you tried to do.
I am glad you found it in your heart to offer those men mercy. Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
I'm Aedan. A pleasure.
Those men said you're a Grey Warden. You will be battling the Darkspawn, yes? That is what Grey Wardens do. I know after what happened, you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
Why so eager to come with me?
The Maker told me to.
Can you elaborate?
I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here. They are lost in their despair, and this darkness, this chaos, will spread. The Maker doesn't want this. What you do, what you are meant to do, is the Maker's work. Let me help.
Very well. I'll not turn away help when it's offered.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down.
Yay, now we can choose our party. And for this, sorry Carver, but we're gonna send you back to camp.
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Let's see what Liliana has. Well, that was interesting music. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace, and in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. A lay sister of the Chantry who can beat the stuffing out of trained mercenaries would be notable enough, but one who also claims to have been sent to fight the Darkspawn by the Maker himself is unusual, to say the least. She joined Alistair and Aedan in Lothering, insisting that she would prove useful.
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the Chantry. I got other gear to sell.
Is that Jim Cummings? Don't worry about him. I took care of it.
You did? Well, I don't know what to say to that. Thanks.
Show me what you've got.
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the Chantry. I got other gear to sell.
Know any well-paying work in Lothering?
Check the Chanter's board by the Chantry. There's good jobs there. I don't suppose you know anything about, poison?
I have dabbled in such things.
I figured if I kept asking, I'd find someone. I'd pay good coin for some simple poison. Something to slow them beasties down or make them think twice.
Any idea where I could get ingredients?
Well, there's herbs in the North Wood. As for other stuff, look around town. Some refugees just left things behind to travel faster. I don't really know what you need, though. I might have some in stock, too.
Farewell. The farmer Barlin wants place poisonous traps around his farm to protect it from beasties and other trespassers. He's asked you to create a suitable poison for him. 3 flasks of venom should do the trick. Wait. No,
I can't just pack up my whole farmhold and flee. The army will save us, won't they?
I need toxic extract.
I swear when this is over.
So anyway, Liliana, let's get you equipped. You got daggers. What are your skills? Ah, here we are. Stealing, poison, combat. Okay. A bard. Yep, you're more of an archer. So we'll give you a bow. And as for clothing, let's see, 0.9, 0.9, T 1.3, these are all the same. Okay then, give me scale. Huh, leather's better than studded leather, apparently. And even better than chainmail. 3.9. 5.1. There you go. A wheel representing the Maker's unending patience and Andraste's unquenchable passion. Simple and inspirational, though uncommon outside the Chantry. A gift meant to be given without conditions. There. Let's talk.
Yes?
What do you know of this place?
Lothering? I think it started as a settlement by the river, and then grew when it became the place where two roads met. There are always people in Lothering, but many are just passing through. Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
This vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell, and the darkness drew me in.
You dreamed of the Blight?
I suppose I did. That was what the darkness was, no? When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rosebush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
And this made you want to help me?
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the Blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Blight devours everything?
I suppose I couldn't sit by either.
That is why you're a Grey Warden. Come, there's a Blight to stop. Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
What would someone like you be doing in Lothering's Chantry?
What is meant by someone like me?
You know, a beautiful, charming woman like yourself. Sanctimonious, preachy, like all of the Chantry zealots. They don't teach you how to fight in the cloister, do they?
And there were no beautiful, charming women in the cloisters, you think? You would be wrong. There were many lovely young initiates in the Lothering cloister, all of them chaste and virtuous. It added to their mystique. Because then, they were forbidden, and forbidden fruit is the sweeter, no?
Those initiates can't have been more lovely than you.
Flatterer. I, however, did not take vows, and so perhaps I am not as enigmatic? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
Affirmed?
We affirm our belief in the Maker, in Andraste and the Chant, but other than that, there are no vows taken.
What did you do before that?
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
Okay. There's more to Liliana than has ever There's more to Liliana than had even been apparent at Lothering, however. She spent much of her life as a bard in Orlais, a minstrel, assassin, and spy employed by the nobles of Val Royeaux in their elaborate games of intrigue. Please tell me you like this.
That's a wonderful thought. I don't know what to say.
You're welcome. This unique necklace is made of delicate gold strands twisted together in a thick rope. Morrigan?
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
Yay. A simple gold band polished to a mirror-like shine.
Interesting.
Ooh. Well, we kind of helped get her up. Yay! People are liking me. Do 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 do. Explore 12% of the world. Most money at once, 1 gold coin.
Lothering is the new regent. Isn't that a good thing?
I heard that he may have had something to do with the king's death.
I thought Darkspawn killed the king. That doesn't make...
Hello, stranger. I don't suppose you know anyone that can make traps?
What do you need traps for?
Old man Barlin said that Darkspawn may be coming soon. He's got traps on his farm. I figured I'd put a few on my lands. Barlin wants to poison his traps. I just want normal traps.
Why don't you just buy some?
None to be had. Barlin has all the traps in the village in his fields.
Sorry, I can't make traps.
I didn't mean to bother you. Sorry.
Sorry. If I had trap making, I'd try.
You got a bed for the night. You taken care of.
Actually, I was more hoping I could help you.
Don't need blades right now. We need beds, food, and an end to all these sad sots. I don't suppose you know anything of tonics, medicines, or herbs.
I don't, but my friend does.
Then you may be able to do us a lot of good. All manner of travelers come through, many injured or sick. We do our best, but we're out of supplies. There's medicinal herbs in the woods to the north. If you make a few poultices, I'll scrape together some sort of payment. I'll write all you need to know in this note here.
Elder Miriam has requested that you use your skill with herbs to craft some lesser health poultices for the injured refugees at Lothering. 3 of these should suffice. Refer to her note for specifics. There we go. Mabari Crunch restores a small amount of Mabari's health and stamina over time and cures it of a single injury. There it is.
That I cannot do.
Do this, do that.
Hey, you complaining?
Have any luck finding herbs in the woods?
I didn't need them. Here you go.
This will help many people. You're a good sort, you know.
You're welcome. It's better than what I have. Morgan could use it.
What now?
There you go.
Who are you? Can you protect us?
I have a wonder, Alistair, if you will indulge me.
Do I have a choice?
Of the two of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
I don't know.
Sounds so very defensive.
Couldn't you crawl into a bush somewhere and die? That would be great, thanks.
Let's just try to get along, everybody.
How dare you accuse me of...
The chastened Wilders have lived in the Kokari Wild since the first wars with the Alamari drove them southward a millennium ago. According to their own lore, they had always been a forest-dwelling people that adapted quickly to their new home. Game and fish are plentiful in the wetlands, and the chastened thrived. For a time, they and the hill-dwelling Avars were true threats to the northern lowlands. The Tevinter Imperium had arrived and was hard-pressed to keep back the waves of invasions from the south and the west. The fortress of Ostagar was built specifically to watch the chastened hordes venturing north of the tree line. It was not until the legendary warrior Hafter soundly defeated the chastened in the first half of the Divine Age that the question of their ability to contest the lowlands was settled permanently. Today, the chastened are considered largely peaceful, though their ways are still primitive compared to our own. In the Kokari Wilds, they live in strange-looking huts built on stilts, or even built into the great treetops. They paint their faces and are split into small tribes ruled by shamans like those among the Avar. There are many tales of these shamans having learned their magic from the witches of the wild, witches that inspire as much terror as they do awe and gratitude, even if there is no definitive proof they exist. In particular, the tale of Flemeth, the greatest witch of the wilds, is celebrated among all tribes. While there is no way to know how many there are in the wilds today, few travelers that pass through the forest tell of chastened eking out an existence even in the frozen wastelands of the far south. One can assume that should the chastened ever organize themselves once more, we might have reason to fear them here in Ferelden. We ignore them at our peril.
Thievery. I saw you take the supplies from my car. Your grassland eyes are... You marsh folk are all thieves and liars.
Enough! People here are already desperate and frightened. They don't need you two coming to blows.
But what about my food?
I said enough!
That marshman stole from me, I know it! That Marshman stole from me, I know it! The carnage we left in the wilds was horrifying.
You do not seem a refugee. Were you part of the army?
No.
Abana kyun, maras shokra, anan nesam kyun. You aren't one of my captors. I will not amuse you any more than I have the other humans. Leave me in peace.
What are you?
A prisoner. I'm in a cage, am I not? I've been placed here by the Chantry.
The revered mother said he slaughtered an entire family, even the children.
It is as she says. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kunari peoples.
I am Aedan. Pleased to meet you.
You mock me. Or you show manners I have not come to expect in your lands. Though it matters little now, I will die soon enough.
This is a proud and powerful creature, trapped as prey for the Darkspawn. If you cannot see a use for him, I suggest releasing him for mercy's sake alone.
Mercy? I wouldn't have expected that from you.
I would also suggest that Alistair take his place in the cage.
Yes, that's what I would have expected. I suggest you leave me to my fate.
I find myself in need of skilled help.
No doubt. What help do you seek?
I'm sworn to defend the land against the Blight.
The Blight? Are you a Grey Warden, then?
Yes, I am.
Surprising. My people have heard legends of the Grey Warden's strength and skill. Though I suppose not every legend is true.
Would the revered mother let you free?
Perhaps if you told her the Grey Wardens need my assistance. It seems as likely to bring my death as waiting here.
I'll leave you for now.
Farewell, then.
To be left here to starve? Or to be taken by the Darkspawn? No one deserves that. Not even a murderer.
Find a way to free Sten. You agreed to speak to the revered mother to see if you can help get Sten released. Either you have an inviolable memory or a pitiable life, to know nothing of regret. The northern islands are remote, lush jungles that harbor cities rumored to be the most extraordinary ever built. These are the lands of the Kunari, lands that no foreign eyes ever see. Only the stories of the 3 exultant marches waged against the giants have reached the south, until the arrival of Sten. The stoic giant in the cage was surely the strangest thing that the people of Lothering had ever seen, until the Blight struck. Let's see if we can get you out.
So let's talk about your mother for a moment.
I'd rather talk about your mother.
Well, there's nothing to talk about. And besides, isn't your mother a scary witch who lives in the middle of a forest? Much more interesting.
To you, perhaps, you would find the moss growing upon a stone interesting.
You know what's more interesting than that? Apostates, mages outside of the tower. That's illegal, you know.
You did not read that in a book somewhere, did you? I hope the small letters did not strain you overmuch.
Or we could not talk about your mother. That works for me.
Come on, you two. Enough with the banter. Whoop.
What do you wish of me?
Never mind. Let's go get Sten out. And then we'll probably call it a video.
Think again.
Good day, Sister Leliana. I'm surprised to see you're still in Lothering.
It is good to see you as well, Your Reverence.
Is there something I can do for you, then?
I want to talk about Sten, the Kunari you imprisoned.
It might have been kinder to execute him, but I leave his fate to the Maker. Why does he interest you?
What did he do?
He butchered an entire farmhold. Only one of the youngest hid long enough to survive. The child said his father had found the Kunari gravely wounded and took him in. That kindness was repaid with murder. The bandsman found the Kunari just standing amidst the carnage. He did not resist them.
Are you certain he did it?
He confessed quite readily, but would give no reason for the crime. Even the seasoned knights who apprehended him were disturbed by the carnage. However docile he appears, do not be fooled. That Kunari is a danger.
What if this causes an incident with his people?
The Maker demands justice, regardless of his race.
Is there any way I can convince you to release him?
Then his next victims might count you and me as their murderers.
I was thinking you might release him into my custody.
And what do you say on this, Leliana? You know your friend better than I.
These are unusual times, Your Reverence. With us, the Kunari might do some good. I am sure of it, in fact.
Were things not so desperate? Very well, I trust you. Take these keys to his cage and make her watch over you.
Thank you, Your Reverence. Your trust is not misplaced.
Let us go. Get Sten out. Get another party member. And then we'll call it a day. Every 100 years is an age, named at the end of the last age according to omens discerning that year. The Dragon Age is the 9th since the ascension of the first divine of the Chantry. So it's been about 900 years then.
So, this thing you and him have going, doesn't that violate your vows?
What? What kind of question is that to just blurt out? What do we have going?
Yes, I'm that blind. I so totally did not see you ogling each other before.
He was not ogling me, was he? Was he really ogling me?
Now that you say it, I'm not sure. Maybe he wasn't ogling you. I don't know. I could always ask him.
You can't do that. Could you? You couldn't do that.
I could, but I won't. Next thing you'll have me pulling his hair and passing him love letters.
Just mind your own business. How inappropriate.
Yeah, Alistair. I'm standing right here. Jeez. Common courtesy. It was nothing. I was just complimenting her on how she looked, which is really nice. I'm very friendly, in case you couldn't tell.
The task is finished.
And so it is done. I will follow you into battle. In doing so, I shall find my atonement.
Glad to have you with us.
May we proceed? I am eager to be elsewhere.
Welcome, Sten. Alistair.
Oh, blast it.
Take a seat for now.
Yes.
Let's get you Let's get you set up, Stan. Take some gloves. Take some boots. Take some chainmail. You also need a weapon. Have a great sword. Looks like that'll be it for now.
Why are we stopping?
We're working together. I think I should get to know you.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
I need to know if I can trust you at my back.
I am Kunari. I have given my word to aid you. We are not people of idle promises.
Tell me about your people.
No.
Please?
People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of, the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty.
You said you were in the army.
I am.
Have you ever fought in a war?
I have always fought in war, human.
So you must know your way about around a battlefield then.
Some of them. They aren't all alike.
Are you always this bad about answering questions?
Generally. I do not see how this matters. Seheron and Parvolan are distant. Ferelden and the Darkspawn are immediate.
You were in that cage for weeks.
You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight.
We should get moving then.
As you wish.
Good talk.
Finished.
Who wants a helmet? Morgan, you take it. You have less health.
We done heard what was said. You're a warden. I don't know if you killed King Kalen, and make her forgive me, I don't care. But that bounty on your head could feed a lot of hungry bellies. Attack!
No!
Approaching.
Desperate times make people desperate. That was a bad saying.
Wipe them out!
Okay, Sten, Liliana, let's see what you can do.
Alright, back on tin then.
It's begun. There is no glory in bloodshed.
That's true. There is no glory in bloodshed. Good work. You guys did alright for yourself.
We must not exhaust our supplies.
I did say I was gonna stop, didn't I? See, this is what happens. I say I'll stop and then I just decide, let's do one more little thing. Let's do one more little thing. And then it's like 2 hours late. I need help. Help.
Shall be done. We must gain the advantage.
Get back here.
Careful.
Nice one, Stan.
Very well.
Any shinies? No.
More enemies ahead. As you say.
Here we go. Oh, dang it. I didn't realize I... Oh, Liliana. Dang it.
As you wish.
You will not win!
Come on, Stan.
What now? No, I don't think so.
What? It just helped you. What do we got here? Okay, quests. You killed 2 of the bandit groups. 1 group remains. Okay, I promise. I'll do that quest and then I'll end it. Spiders! I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Stun it. Good work. Hey, toxic extract. We need that. Nope.
Yes,
Never mind. Let's go.
as you wish.
Ooh, chainmail. I need flasks. Dang it. Ooh, death root.
Do they see us spray?
I think they do. Run around, run around. You can't catch me. Ow. Oh, Sten is dead. Nice one.
Begun.
Cross me and you shall
go. Oh, wait.
It has begun.
Get him! Come on over, Stan.
It is over.
Whoa. Stan could wear these. They'd help. Stan, we found more stuff for you. We found better armor. Hope you like it. Here, have the Canary Thicken Cap. Nah. There you go. Okay, I promise. We'll go back to camp. We'll... Wait. Yeah, we'll go back. We'll turn in these 2 quests and call it. I promise. First, we'll stop at the Chanter's board. No speaking? Okay.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Ooh, more. On behalf of Ted the farmer and his departed son, I inscribe this missive. As the Maker is my witness, I charge all those with knowledge of arms and armor to brave the dangers of the northern wood to find the family of bears that mauled and killed the boy Eneth. For they are an abomination in the Maker's sight, and their hides would prove great comfort to the northern farms and solace for Ted's family. As chanter for Lothering, I do pledge a sum of 1 sovereign to whoever carries out this, the Maker's will. Exercise caution first and foremost. May his light bathe us all. A thanks to all villagers who opened their barns and crops to the refugees in these dark times. The chantry regularly hears praise from our visitors, and your virtuous deeds are mentioned in many prayers. Sadly, there is a lone boy in the village whose mother, good wife Sarah, is missing. As she has been missing for the better part of a week as of this writing, she is presumed dead. May the Maker bless her passing. She was a lady of middle years with red hair and fond of a green cloak. If any traveler or resident comes across her in the wilds, please return her body or the effects of her remains. In later years, the boy will be thankful to have such keepsakes to remember his brave mother by. The office of the chanter will compensate this kindness with the sum of 50 silvers. May the Maker turn his gaze on us all. We got more. We're just going to turn this one in, and then I'm ending it. It's been going on for over an hour, and now it's over an hour and 20 minutes. It's like, I'll just finish off this quest. Ooh, something else showed up. Let's go do that. Ooh, there's something over there. What is it? Oh, we just started another quest. It always happens.
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
I got the stuff right. Oh no, I need flasks. Go with 10. There.
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
I have what he asked for.
Splendid! If those beasties come on my land, I hope it teaches them a lesson. Yeah, enough gold to cover any of your expenses and then some, hey?
Thank you. 75 silver. Not too shabby. Liliana, most powerful foe, was bandit leader. Contributes to party damage 1%. Wow.
What's to be done? What can we do?
Just keep your head down, that's what. And your wits about.
Okie dokie. Well,
You were in the Chantry. You are a priest?
No, I was a lay sister of the Chantry.
Which means...
I lived and worked in the Chantry, but I did not take any vows.
So you dabbled in priesthood then?
Oh no, the lay sisters don't have the same sorts of duties as priests at all.
So you were not a priest, did none of their duties, and took no vows, but you lived among them?
Yes.
You were a house guest of the Chantry?
Sort of.
I love these conversations. But anyway, I'm gonna end the video here. Next time, we'll finish off these little quests and maybe head out of Lothering. Until then, if you liked this video, let me know in the comments. If you really liked it, press that cute little like button. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Luke Dog, and I'll see you next time.